that was all about. DC for the loss. Yeah, anyway, you know, games like Minecraft, mods completely made the game. But, you know, in what I was saying was, like, in the original Dungeon Defenders, I didn't play on those servers. You know, I didn't play on any open servers. Wonder what was up there with the old disconnect. Yeah, smart one. There was, you know, PlayStation doing its thing. So the stream abruptly stopped, but I'm back. I'm here. Likes to do that. Dungeon Defenders 2 is still, you know, they got some fine-tuning to do. Quite a bit of fine-tuning to do, in fact. With, just the stability of the game itself. Now that wasn't a Dungeon Defenders issue. You know, DD2 didn't crash on me. Just, the streaming app, the PlayStation streaming app, or whatever did. I hate it when it does that shit. Right in the middle of a goddamn sentence, too. That's how it always happens. Let me see. I'm assuming it's all caught up. Let me type a little something here in chat so you guys know. All right. Very nice. See what we're up to now. Should be over 200, maybe even close to 300,000 gold now. Let's take a quick gander here. Ooh, almost 400,000. Good lord. Alright, let me get this stream dialed back in here. That's the one thing that makes the YouTube streaming a little funky. Now they've made leaps and bounds. I mean, the reason people use Twitch is because of its convenience. There we go. Alright, now I got my proper chat back up. Ark Survival for PS4. Yeah, I mean, I've mainly used Twitch through the majority of my channel existence. But the recent changes to YouTube with, you know, YouTube gaming and the way they're trying to set it up, it makes streaming to YouTube a little bit more enjoyable. And, you know, since the reason I live stream altogether is to try to grow the YouTube channel, I've been trying to give YouTube gaming as much action as I can get. I go back and forth a little bit. I've been mainly streaming Dungeon Defenders on YouTube, but yeah, like I said, they've made leaps and bounds. They still don't have it dialed in 100%. Ark is a pretty cool survival game. It's you know, prehistoric days, dinosaurs and whatnot. I haven't played it, but I've watched a lot of videos of it being played, and I've got a lot of friends that have played it, and they all rave about it. The problem with a lot of those games, I don't necessarily want to say it's a problem, because it's clearly not. It's the way things progress, but for me, with a lot of games, like Ark as an example, it, you know, it was a while back when it hit on the PlayStation, or on the PC, when it first came out. And although I didn't play it then, if I would have played it then, I wouldn't want to go back and replay it on the console now. It's different to me, I guess, than the way Dungeon Defenders is. Obviously, I started playing it on the PC. But, like, the Diablo stuff was... Now, it's kind of funny with Diablo 2. Or Diablo 3, pardon me. I should have said Diablo also. The thing with Diablo 3, I mean, it was a year between when it released on the PC. I think it was about a year to when it came out on consoles. And I actually played it. I played it on the PC and didn't enjoy playing it. I didn't like all the clicky all over the screen. And when we got the Xbox, I played Diablo 3 on the Xbox, and I played it with the wife, and she loved it. And I loved it. I actually enjoyed playing it way more on the Xbox than I did on the PC. But yeah, the wife and I played through it all the way up, you know. Now, we haven't played the most recent content that got added in. But we've got, you know, I want to say we're like in the Paragon rank 200-ish, something like that, before we stopped playing. And one of the things, too, that made it enjoyable is, you know, the wife plays so few games with me. Yeah, you guys have heard me talk about it a bazillion times. Her general requirements to play a game, and I know this sounds funny, and that's why I keep saying it, because I laugh my ass off all the time about it. But she doesn't want to play a game that she has to aim or jump. And that limits pretty substantially the amount of games that we can play together. Like, she wouldn't dream of playing Dungeon Defenders 2 because she has to aim and jump. It's just funny. But anyway, she likes strategy games, but she likes a lot of puzzle games, and she likes racing games. And although I enjoy racing games, I usually like play them for 10-12 hours when they come out, and then I'm kind of done with it. She can play those things for hours and hours and hours and hours. But Diablo 3 she really liked, and she liked like the RPG aspects of it. And you know, there's no doubt when another Diablo comes, or an expansion Diablo 3, we'll definitely get in and play it, just because it's, you know, it's a game the wife and I can play together and enjoy and have fun, and that's awesome. You know, most days having two consoles, we're sitting in the same room and I've got the PlayStation hooked up to a PC monitor. And the Xbox is hooked up to her television. And she's playing Risk or whatever. And I'm playing an entirely different game on the PlayStation through my PC. So it's, you know, not to ramble on, but it was nice to play D3 with the wife. Yeah, Dennis, you got significantly more Paragon levels than I do. I think the reason I was able to make the transition in that game from PC to console was that I didn't really enjoy playing it that much on the PC. So, like, I never played Reaper of Souls. And then, of course, when it came out on the console, Reaper of Souls was included. Or when I started playing it anyway. Not when it came out, but when I started playing it on the console, Reapers of Souls was already in the mix. And it was... I was able to play a different character, you know, the Crusader, and I was able to do stuff that I didn't do on the PC already. So that made it a little easier for me to fight that one. You only played on hardcore, though. That's absolutely insane. How the hell did you make it 550 Paragon levels on hardcore? Yeah. Anyway, you got greater balls than I. I would have been too much of a chicken shit to attempt it. Getting a pretty nice amount of gold here. Sharkson and I got this down pretty well. We've never actually even talked, but we've played it together several times. I mean, obviously, when we both know what the end goal is, you know, we're on the same page with it, but it seems like I have really good luck when I play with him, as far as farming the gold goes anyway. The matches, the waves go real quick, and it seems like I get lots and lots of gold laying around. Yeah, I've never even tried hardcore. Yeah, that's the way DD2 first started on the PC. If you played... I can't remember if they called it hardcore, though. It was either hardcore or nightmare to play it on the original build. Or no, it wasn't nightmare. It was hardcore. I'm pretty sure. To play it with the very first build, when the level cap was 25, and like the hardest maps were the 25++ or whatever. Back then, there was a hardcore mode for DD2. I never did it. I couldn't imagine grinding all these hours into character, and then if you die, you lose all your shit. Oh my god. It didn't last very long. Everybody raged about it. I've played lots of PvP games that were full loot, but I've never played, I haven't played mini games where they're hardcore, where you lose your character at the end. I mean, I guess some of them, you know, you don't even think about that aspect of it, but say like Don't Starve, you know. If you die, you're done. Or once you go through your pre-described or your earned amounts of resurrects or whatever the case is. Yeah, don't starve. You got several things in the mix that can bring you back to life. I really enjoyed Shipwrecked. I need to get back in and check that out again, as Shipwreck's been at fully released, and a few new characters and everything else that I haven't tried out yet. Going through that thing with Wendy, it just showed the level of OP-ness that Abigail brings to the mix. But there's a couple, I think there's 2 new characters now with Don't Starve that I've yet to check out. That game, it's one of those games that you'll pop back in to check it out, and you start playing it, and you tell yourself just one more day, and then you look at the clock and it's 7 hours later or whatever the case is. Sharkson, are you here watching the stream as well? Change my view over here real quick. Didn't bother with the buffs. I guess I should have popped them again. Having 2 waves yet to finish. That view. Oh, right, there we go. Yeah, anyway, I figured if I blew another million gold at the wheel, that would hopefully get me my boots and my gloves at 25% hardy for my Waller, and that will, I'll be pretty content then. And then after that, I'd like to perfect my Frosty setup a little bit better. I've got a pretty decent Frosty set, but I'm not at 50% Frosty. And you got to get yourself 50% Frosty. I mean, come on now. Especially with the Harbinger coming into the mix. Frosty becomes fun again, but with a monk instead of the Traptress. That Harbinger weapon makes those lightning arrows pretty mean on the monk. Hopefully it doesn't cut out on me again. That's one of the another one of the benefits of Twitch that YouTube hasn't figured out yet is, when there is an issue, some sort of issue with the stream, I'm going to go ahead and pop them again anyway. If there is some sort of issue with the stream, it usually auto-connects pretty easily to the same stream. Where with YouTube, it saves it as like a different video. It doesn't like automatically refresh the same stream. It goes to a different page or whatever. That's another one of the things they'll have to fine-tune still, but YouTube has made leaps and bounds in the streaming, as far as streaming convenience goes for streamers over the last couple of years. But of course with Twitch too, I can then edit, I can do highlights and edit a stream and send it over to YouTube. But so far, I mean, people have enjoyed the DD2 streams on YouTube, so I will probably continue to keep going with that for the time being anyway. Yeah, anyway, I think 1 million hopefully should get me my Squire dialed in. And then in the mix with getting those last couple hardy pieces I need. Like to get maybe another upgrade or two to my jackpot set. That'd be ideal. Mr. Ogre. It's a little grindy, but currency farming in damn near any game is pretty goddamn grindy, Yep, need to power level me another Squire though. With the sketchy inventory lock set up the way it is. In fact, I accidentally sold my jackpot boots. I had to take the boots off it just so happens that I had jackpot on my DPS Huntress on the boots. So I had to gank those boots onto my Squire here to farm up some gold. But anyway, with the sketchy inventory lock system the way it is, I would definitely, and it's more convenient anyway. If you have the hero slots, by all means use them. Sharkson's got a bail, looks like. That's alright. G Farmer. See, Sharkson's got a dedicated Squire. I need to do that myself. Sharkson's bored with it. Does get boring. In fact, I think I'll probably just do one more run and call it for a while. Let's see, what did I get up to? I was hoping to get 1 million tonight, and I'm at 500,000. My inventory's damn near full. What is it full of? Huh. It started picking up crap again. I'm gonna have to clear out some inventory space here. The scavenger went on break. Yeah, anyway, it's it would be nice if there was some sort of loot filtering system on the PlayStation that was a little bit better than what we've got now. Now, obviously, it's pretty quick to sit here and spam square when you know that, you know, for the most part, you're not going to have to worry about selling anything. What up, Yeti Nation? How you doing? See, I'd like to at least have 100 slots available before I start this. Since Mr. Scavenger took the night off. To look at that setting here. Jesse, what's going on? Yeah, anyway, I sold my... I had that jackpot set all locked, and then I did a map or something. Oops. Logged on to another character. I'm not sure even what I did to set it off, but... the Scavenger. Ugh, so irritating. You know what, I'm going to call it good there. That's enough spots. Alright, I laid my walls down. Picked up a little funny lag there for a second, it seems like. I think spamming the inventory may have done that. I'm not sure. Yep. Alright, and air defense, definitely a little overkill. Gonna have to put a couple more repairs into walls, it looks like. Don't need all those heals either, but I figured what the hell, you know, you got plenty of DU left, and I got time to go through a wave or two here. Well, to farm good gear, you want to do Nightmare 4 maps. I've already got pretty good gear, so I'm farming gold here. Yeah, no gold, sadly you don't get the best of both worlds in the game. Where you get a modest amount of gold for doing Nightmare 4 runs, but not like you get here, that's for darn sure. You get several times more gold. I want to say like 3 or 4 times, maybe even 5 times more, by doing these easier maps and just wrecking everything with hero kills and then a gold spear. Now that I'm by myself, I'm just going to let these guys come to me a little more. Not going to be at my million mark. That's alright though. Just a few more runs and I'll get there. Like I said, it's tough to do this too many times in a row. Unless you're just... your sense of greed overwhelms your sense of boredom. That's the only way you can keep doing it, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure though. I might do some power leveling runs later. Take a little break and get a little something to eat. Only, well, not even 11 o'clock my time yet, so it's very early for me. The wife, yeah, you can't compare the two. Definitely can't compare the two. They're two totally different games. Once, I explained that to everybody earlier in the stream, once you come to that in your mind, where you have grasped that DD1 and DD2 are two complete different separations, then you enjoy DD2 a lot more after that stage. They're definitely just not, you know, you can't compare the two games side by side. You know, you take like Orcs Must Die and Orcs Must Die 2, you could compare those two games side by side. And different people would say different things. You know, I know people that say Orcs Must Die 1 was a better game. I personally enjoyed Orcs Must Die 2 better. I really liked all the physics and everything that got thrown into the mix. Where it was there in the original game, but not to the same level. These games, they're similar in title, and, you know, obviously the same named heroes with similar types of abilities. But you know, the play style, the progression, everything is different. You know, I think they'll probably, I mean, it's in Trendy's best interest, I think, to add more similarities to the original game end. Just because it did have such a large following. If they wanted to get more people to embrace DD2, they would add in more similarities. I mean, I will say that probably by the time it's all said and done, I'll have more time into DD2 than I put into DD1. And I don't know, I'd have to look on my Steam, I'd have to look on my Steam profile and see. I think I had 1,200 hours or so into the original game. And I've already got more than that into Dungeon Defenders 2, if you combine the PC time. Right, so we're a couple more upgrades here. Keep these walls healthy. Probably not going to loot too many more boxes after this one. A couple of ups on these air defenses too, just to make sure they get the range. There we go. I should just be able to grind through the rest of it now. I hope that, you know, obviously the game's not finished yet. It's going to have some changes, some different balance changes. And, you know, one thing with, you know, a free-to-play game versus a, you know, a game that you just buy is it seems like, I mean, the free-to-play business model for the companies developing the game is obviously way more lucrative because they get substantially more money out of the free-to-play people with all the vanity items and everything else. I generally am not a fan of the free-to-play games in general, but with Dungeon Defenders 2, I'm definitely making an exception to that. I've already given them too much money on the PC that I wish I wouldn't have. I wish I would have put that money into the PlayStation account instead. You know, I'll end up spending a little real money on DD2 on the PlayStation, but not a significant amount. You know, when you look at, no matter how much I end up spending on it, if you look at the amount of money you spend versus your hour of entertainment, you know, it's going to be like 1,000 times cheaper than going and seeing a movie, you know? I don't know, I'm excited to see what the EV brings to the table on the PC. Yeah, that's going to be coming pretty soon. The EV will be on the PC by the end of May, I'm pretty confident of that. Maybe even within the next week or two. So I'll do the same thing that I did with the Abyss Lord. I'll grind it up to 50. Just to check it out and see what they're capable of at 50. I was amazed at how OP. You know, and they said that the new heroes are going to be OP until they can balance them down. But just ridiculously OP so far. I hope we get that window of OP-ness. Well, Yeti, have a good night, if I didn't already miss you. Yeah, see, it's 11 o'clock where I live, too, but the difference there is, it's early for me. On days I work, I don't even get off of work for like 4 more hours, so this is very early for me. Now, I do have to go into work tomorrow at 3 o'clock, but yeah, the wife's going to get off work tonight. I'm assuming at like 1-ish, maybe 2-ish. But I still got hours of gaming left tonight. I think after this run, I'm going to take a little break from the stream. I might come back later with some power leveling. Not positive on that. Don't hold me to it. Because if my friends from work all get off early or at a decent hour, I'll probably end up playing a little of the Division 2. Run around the Dark Zone a little bit. PvP it up. It's so glitchy and unbalanced. It is either insanely fun or irritating as hell, depending on the rogues that are running around in the Dark Zone. If they're the exploitees in full 240 gear, I can usually take out one of them, but then I just get crushed. I've got one 240 piece, and it's so irritating running into somebody with a gear score of 230 or 235 or whatever. You know, they got a ton of 240 pieces, which the only way you could have gotten that many at this point is by exploiting. Which is pretty hard not to. There's so many glitches in that damn game. Glitchy as hell. Still fun though. I need to... I did a bit debating on leveling up a second character on that game. Get twice the amount of daily missions and such. Get that pot of Phoenix credits jacked up through the roof. Let's see where I'm at after this run. I know I'll be over 600,000, but see how high. Shame Sharkson had to go there, though. It's always a lot quicker with 2 people, but whatever. So much gold. Just pours in. Yeah, if you look at the, like, if you don't have jackpot, you get 100 gold each time so one of those pop. And if you look, you know, I'm getting as much as, like, I think the most I get is like 640 from a single kill. So jackpot combined with that hero gold sphere is just ridiculous. That one, 540 on that one. It's hard to watch those numbers, they fly off the screen so quick. And I'm anxious to check out that gun witch too. It's gonna be a sniper that flies. I'm anxious to see how that's gonna play out. But that'll be fun, you know. It depends on how, like, if you're doing solo stuff, and you're going to be, you know, building it all yourself, that gun witch may be a pretty valuable asset to have. Being able to pop stuff off from range. Get a few of these blockades a little juiced up for the last wave, the last couple waves. I don't really live stream or do many Division videos very often because, well, first off, I play with real life friends from work, and a couple of them are not very excited about having their gameplay featured on the internet. But on the same note, too, I'm completely playing that game for me, just to have fun with friends from work, and that's why there's been no Division content really on the channel. I think I did one video. But it's fun. But yeah, the Abyss Lord, the EV, and then that Gun Witch, they're going to be some interesting additions. I've been had some guys giving me shit on in the comments about pronouncing it as Abyss Lord, and I know it's the Abyss, but Abyss Lord flows off the tongue so much better. I just like the way it sounds. So what's the saying? You say tomato, I say tomato. I'm gonna call that shit whatever the hell I want to call it. You get that speed boost, it's so easy to miss. In melee, you just end up running past him or whatever. Got one stuck somewhere, where is he? Don't actually see him. Alright, there we go, he disappeared. Let's see, I think this will be good for the final wave. Yeah, looking good. Plenty of time left on those buffs too. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see where DD2 goes. You know, big fans of the original game. You know, some of them are haters of the new game. But that doesn't really matter to me because I like it. And that's all I really care about. As long as I like it and I've got plenty of people to play with when I need to play in a group, then I'm good. But I'm definitely excited to see where it goes. You know, the last game I got too much time in, and where I went into the multiple thousands of hours played, was World of Warcraft. I've actually had a World of Warcraft account with over a year played, which is stupid, insane. I don't know how many hours that is, but it's a lot. But anyway, that's the last game that I got into multiple thousands of hours played, and I could actually see Raphael, I think it'll get better. I know what you're saying. You know, the thing to do would be to join my PlayStation community, Juiced DD2. Just search it and join it. Anybody can join. There's, you know, it's a group of friendly people, and there's stuff going constantly, so there's people to play with. You know, and as that community grows, of course, it'll be even more and more people to play with. But currently, we've got several people doing Nightmare 4 runs almost on a daily basis, and people playing at yeah, got it. That's nowhere near this, man. I'm getting 150k every 15 minutes, so I'm getting twice as what you're getting on Forest Road Incursion. So I would abandon that map if I were you and go to this one. Let's see what I'm up to here now. 640,000. So that run was actually not a good run, but it was over 100,000. So 638,000, and I've been streaming for what? I don't know, 90 minutes maybe. So I've averaged probably say 400,000 an hour. Yeah, I mean, matchmaking has got a ways to go. There's no doubt about that. Now I've got enough friends that I play with where that hasn't really been an issue to me at all. But the matchmaking system is definitely currently not right. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be more like, you know, Dungeon Defenders or Dungeon Defenders Eternity, where even like in Eternity I could start a match as private, build it all out, and then switch it to public, and people would come in. You know, I'd love to see that like this, because the problem is if you just go and queue up for a match, you know, if you want to build it yourself, it seems like you get in a match with somebody else already building. If you're just DPS and you join up, it seems like all that joins your match are other DPS. So the matchmaking system currently needs a lot of work. There's no doubt about that, and they're aware. You know, the game is not, of course, it's not at full release, and it's not even close. You know, it won't be at full release. If it happens by the end of this year, I would be surprised. And I know that that's their goal, but I don't know how realistic that is, because they definitely need to make balance changes, and they need to make things like the matchmaking system. I mean, they need to get that in and working, you know, and tested and everything else. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for now. But appreciate you guys coming by the stream. And like I said before, join the PlayStation community. The more of us that band together and have easy access to games and people to play with, the more successful we'll all be. Because, you know, no matter how much you enjoy the game solo, you can get stuff done so much quicker and so much more effectively if you do it in a group. So, you know, by all means, get to grouping. So, thanks again for swinging by, guys. This, once this video gets done rendering and everything else, it'll be up on YouTube if anybody wants to go back and look at it. And I may or may not be back later on. Not sure yet. Depends on how early the wife gets off. But, thanks again, and we'll see you guys soon.